Dream Team, it's your boy Neal, back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Australian answers most commonly Googled questions about Australia. Let's hear what these questions are. Before we do though, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so I get suggested. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon and drop them in the comment section. What we got, Brianne?
Alright, so I recently made a video where I answered the most commonly Googled questions about women as a woman. And in that video, I mentioned that I didn't want to make the Australian equivalent of that video. So naturally, you guys asked me to. And I'm going to do it anyway. The girl is a little bit sick at the moment, so just ignore the whole voice situation. Alright, let's get on the old Google machine. Oh, it's the fall equinox today. Great. I reckon we're going to start with why do Australians say mate?
That's a good question.
Off to a great start, you know.
Who's the first one who said mate? Like, where did he come from? But then again, I do call everybody like bro. Like, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro? Good, bro? No, I call everybody bro. So I guess that might be my version of mate.
Off to a great start. You know what? Let's Google it. Mateship as devotion to the nation and convict history. Look, I don't think that's why Australians say mate. An etiquette lesson on using the term mate in Australia, written by Paula McKinley. Number 1, men use mate, women capitalize never do. Paula, do I have some news for you? Men should never ever say mate to a woman or you're likely to get slapped down.
Really?
Forever after. Well, Paula doesn't seem to know what she's talking about, and that still doesn't answer why we use the term mate. I don't fucking know, right? Why do Australians celebrate Australia Day? I'm not even touching that. Fuck no. How do Australians...
There's an Australia Day? There's so much that I don't know about. There's an Australia Day? What do y'all do? Like barbecue or... What's up? How do y'all celebrate
Australia Day? I'm not even touching that. Fuck no. How do Australians celebrate Christmas? With heat stroke and alcoholism. That's pretty spot on. We sit in like 30 to 40 degree heat. Sometimes there's a cyclone. That's happened once. I think it was only a category 3, but that was like the one year it wasn't hot for Christmas. But despite the fact that we're sitting effectively in a pile of sweat, we still eat all of like the traditional foods that British people and Americans eat. Like hot winter food, like roasts and shit. Doesn't make any sense. How do Australians talk? Not very well. How do Australians say Merry Christmas? Why is that a popular search? How do Australians dress? Like shit. I think Australian dress sense swings wildly from like super bogan and barely dressed at all to like really nicely dressed. You can walk down the street and have one person be like really well put together, really like nice and clean, super stylish, and then the next person has more holes in their pants than they have teeth in their mouth. They've got like a handbag and no shoes. And that's me. How do Australians...
She said more holes in their pants than teeth in their mouth. I haven't heard that before. I feel like America's similar in a way. Just people, I think, have different styles. So there's so many people who dress well, but then so many people who just don't care.
And they have teeth in their mouth. They've got like a bum bag and no shoes. And that's me. How do Australian elections work? You have to vote, or you get a fine, and then you vote. The parties is Liberal and Labor. Liberal is not Liberal, it's Conservative, and Labor is more of a Liberal party. Good luck with that. And then there's like the independent parties, there's like the Australian Greens as well, which is an environmental, doing a lot of good shit party. You can Google the rest yourself. Do Australians need a visa for Bali? You actually don't if it's for less than like 30 days or something. You should double check that before going. Do Australians like Americans? Yeah, as a whole, but the government and like some of you people are a bit fucked. You have much big...
That's facts. I agree with you on there, Brianne. I do, yeah. But thank you for liking us as a whole. We appreciate the love, so we'll take that.
Yeah, as a whole, but your government and like some of your people are a bit fucked. You have much bigger pizza sizes than we have though, so you're doing that right. We don't even get an option. It's just small. That's the size. We should meet up and take notes. You can have our gun control ideas. It does.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Have nukes. Don't think so. What would Australia do with nukes?
Good point.
What would we be doing with them? Does Australia have freedom of speech? Not as a right. No, we actually don't. There's definitely like an implied freedom of speech here, but we also have like hate speech laws and things like that, which can't exist if freedom of speech exists. Some people think not having freedom of speech as a specific written out right is a bad thing, but Australia doesn't even have a Bill of Rights at all. I think freedom of speech is a really good idea in theory, and I think you should definitely be free to talk about things, especially politically. And there shouldn't be like this shutting down of conversation just because someone is uncomfortable or someone disagrees with it. And you can disagree with having hate speech laws as even being a thing, and that's an argument that you can have, but true freedom of speech can't even exist alongside things like defamation laws or laws.
Facts. I think there should be hate speech law. I think hate speech, you know what I'm saying? There should be a law, but I also feel like people, especially here in America, would just take that and like run with it. Now, anything someone said that they didn't like or that they felt offended by, they would try to sue them for hate speech or try to report them for hate speech. And so I think it would get scary here because people, I feel like, are offended so easily here that that it would definitely get scary. But I don't agree with hate speech. Like there shouldn't be, like, if you speak like real hate speech, you have to define what real hate speech is, I feel like, before you set the law. But yeah, I feel like there should be consequences. And there might not be a law that contains consequences for it, but you say some hate speech to the wrong person and you're going to face them consequences.
But true freedom of speech can't even exist alongside things like defamation laws or laws, for example, that say you can't go up and threaten people. You can't walk up to people and threaten to kill them, even though that is technically freedom of speech, because it's their right to be safe as well. So that's where I think like true freedom of speech in theory, yeah, great idea, but in practice doesn't actually work. Does Australia have rabies? Does Australia have rabies? Rabies virus does not currently occur in land-dwelling animals in Australia. Sweet. There is a virus called ABLV related to the rabies virus, which you can get from bats, though. Don't go rolling around in bat shit and you'll be fine. Does Australia have alligators? Alligators are for pussies. We've got the reptile on the planet and the scariest fucking animal on the planet as well, in my opinion, the saltwater crocodile. There's a bunch of documentaries on YouTube about the evolutionary adaptations of saltwater crocodiles. I shit you not, they are not of this earth, except they're so much of this earth that they are way better at it than anyone else on the planet. They are fucked. They are fucked. They can survive anything. If we don't destroy the planet, even if we do, they're still going to be here. I respect their hustle. I'm proud of them, but I'm shit scared of saltwater crocodile.
I would be scared to death of any kind of crocodile as well. I wouldn't go near one. Scariest animal on the planet? I feel like y'all have the scariest. I don't think that's the scariest animal y'all have in Australia. I feel like y'all do have the scariest animals, but I don't think a saltwater croc is the scariest. I think y'all have much scarier out there.
I'm proud of them, but I'm shit scared of saltwater crocodile. Does Australia Post deliver on weekends? Australia Post barely delivers anything ever. Does Australia have volcanoes? No. There are no volcanoes. There's no volcanoes. Does Australia get... Holy shit, okay. Alright, let's bulk answer these. Does Australia get tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, snow, cold, taxed on lotto, any snow, snow in winter, or much snow? The answer to all of those is yes. Does Australia have free healthcare? Better believe it. When I broke my foot, which is doing really well, thank you guys for asking, I can kind of walk normally again. But when that happened, I hobbled straight into a hospital and within an hour had been x-rayed, seen by a doctor, given the shoe thing and hobbled right back out. So I've had free checkups since then. Does Australia have winter? If you're in like the Northern Territory or Northern Queensland, not really. If you're in Brisbane, barely anymore. When I moved to Brisbane 5 years ago, we had like a very cold winter for my standards, which is still not cold for like Melbourne standards. But last winter, I shit you not, was just not cold except for 2 days, and that was when I was at Splendor, and that wasn't even in Queensland, it was technically in New South Wales. And winter started like a month and a half late and it finished super early, so I don't even think we really have a winter anymore. Can Australia defend itself? Probably not. We have like a lot of coastline and a lot of it's very hospitable to like people coming in, but we can't defend all of that.
Yeah.
Why do you think we sit down here with New Zealand and just don't start shit with anyone? We just make friends with people with nukes and hope for the best. Bill Australia.
That's the best way to do it. We just make friends with people with nukes and hope for the best. It's the best way to do it. Shout out Australia.
Start shit with anyone. We just make friends with people with nukes and hope for the best. Will Australia become a republic? Dunno. Will Australia go to war? I think we're in a lot of wars at the moment that we really have nothing to do with. Will Australia be invaded? Probably. Will Australia run out of water? I mean, everyone will at some stage, but we have so many. We've got like more dams than Germany, so we are set. Unless you're in the wrong spot, then you're fine. Will Australia go into recession? We didn't during the GFC. We probably will though. It's us. Why is Australia so hot? The sun. Why is Australia so expensive? It's really hard to get anything here. We live on an island in the middle of nowhere. Why is Australia so slow? Honestly, don't even get me started. Why is Australia's internet so slow? I'm finishing this video. It's gonna get me wild up. You can take with you in your daily life. Leave in the comments below what you would like me to answer commonly Googled questions on behalf of in the future. That did make sense. It's actually really fun. I learned a lot about things that I didn't really want to know about. Make sure you subscribe. I give shout outs every video to people who subscribe, put the bell on, and then leave a comment telling me that they've done it. These are the shout outs from the last video where I talked about actually how I broke my foot. So if you're interested in that, go click something. It's also in the description. First up, we've got Luca Perugini. That sounds...
I'm gonna skip the comments, but I rock with her heavily. She's just funny. She's entertaining. She's great for YouTube. She has a great channel. That's all we got. Aussies, I feel like she's a great representation of you guys. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. I got social media and Patreon all up top. You know, subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal. Out.